October 25th. Busy morning. It is about 2:15 right now, and I just had some Kodiak cakes for lunch because you can have waffles whenever you want, right? So I quickly want to just take some time today to just go over a lower body mobility routine. I'm sure that's why you clicked on this video, and I'm just going to cut right to the chase. I'm not going to make you skip through certain parts to see where the actual footage is for this topic. We're just going to get right into it. So firstly, I have had a few people ask me what I do for my lower body mobility, because I don't really show you guys my mobility routine for my upper, lower body and full body days. So I'm going to take some time to show you guys what I do and explain to you the reasonings behind it and proper technique and form. I have been paying attention to my glute activation for the last few weeks, and the reasoning for this is because I believe that glutes are one of the hardest muscles to activate, including your rear delts. You really have to make that mind muscle connection in order to really activate your glutes. So just because you're doing a certain exercise and going through the full range of motion doesn't mean that you're gonna fully engage that muscle group that you're training. For 90% of the muscle groups, yes, this is the case, but when it comes to your glutes and your rear delts, it is extremely imperative that you actually make that mind muscle connection with these muscle groups. So with my new training block, I am focusing on a strength improvement training block coupled with hypertrophy training, more so focused towards my shoulders and my glutes, because I'm getting ready for my bikini show coming up. So those are the areas that I gotta focus on. And one thing that I've noticed with my higher volume of glute exercises I've incorporated is that I struggle to activate my right glute. My left glute has no problem activating. It actually takes over most of the time when I am doing certain exercises. So I've incorporated a new warm-up routine to allow my glutes to be fully activated so that I actually get an optimal workout in, and that I'm ensuring that I'm actually growing, because that's the end goal, right? So I've been taking some extra time to really stretch and warm up and mobilize the area that I am training. So you can do this for your lower body, but this is more so targeted towards to activate your glutes. So let's get into it. First warm-up exercise, we have a squat and reach. This one's pretty basic. You just come down, squat like you normally do. You can either grab your shins or you can grab your ankles if you have enough mobility. If you are unable to grab your ankles, don't force it at all. This is something that will come with time, and doing the exercise repetitively will allow you to build up this flexibility over time. So with the squat and reach, and then just opening up by alternating each arm into the air, and this is just opening up your chest, helping stretch out your shoulders a little bit as well. And I do maybe about 15 to 20 of these. I'm not too strict with my rep ranges, but I will do like one set, maybe 15 to 20. Next exercise, we have our fire hydrants. These ones are awesome for activating your gluteus maximus, the side of your glutes. I find that my glutes fire off with these extremely quickly. These are a very difficult exercise to do, and I just do it with body weight. Some people do it with mini bands. I don't find that I need the mini bands right now. Maybe as my glutes go up in strength, I will eventually incorporate mini bands in, but for right now, body weight is sufficient. When you are doing these, you want to make sure that you hold a strong plank position. If you find that your arms are collapsing at all, that means that you are overcompensating and you're just kicking too high. So try not to kick super high, and make sure that your arms are nice and strong, and make sure they're not collapsing at all in order to ensure that you are fully activating those glutes. So for here, I probably do about 10 to 15 on each side. Next one, we have our step throughs. For these ones, you just come down into a plank position and you're gonna step all the way through, and you'll see that I'm actually pushing my elbow against my knee just to help me open up my hips a little bit more. I hold it for maybe 1 or 2 seconds and then switch sides. Same thing with the other side. Make sure that you're using your elbow to push open your hips, and again, don't force it or anything like that. This one I maybe do probably 8 to 10 on each side. They're a pretty difficult exercise and really help engage your core as well. Next one we have is a single leg glute bridge. I probably do maybe about 15 on each side. You want to make sure that as you are thrusting up, that your hips are completely even. You'll find that sometimes your leg that is in the air will want to kind of take over, and you might see that that hip is higher than the other. You want to make sure that both sides are completely parallel and that they're even when you thrust up into the air. So about 15 to 20 maybe on each leg. Next one, we have our frog pumps. These ones are, they're a lot of fun to do. I really like them. They really start firing off your glutes, especially as you're approaching the end of the warm-up routine, but they can be a little bit uncomfortable to do in the gym. So I recommend that when you are doing them, you face the opposite way of the weight room. For these, so you just want to have your feet together on the ground, and as you thrust up into the air, you want to keep your legs open as much as you can. You don't want your legs closing as you thrust up into the air. They will close a little bit, but you want to try to keep them open as much as you can, and again, over time you will build up that flexibility. Frog pumps, I'd probably do about 15 to 20 for these. The last one we have is quadruped glute kickbacks. For these ones, you want to keep a nice bend in your knee, and you want to kick up into the air through your heel. Don't point your toes. The best way to activate your glutes is by pushing through your heel, so that's why my feet look like that. They're completely flat up in the air. I do maybe about 15 to 20 on each side, and these ones are probably my favorite. That's why I leave them for last, save the best for last. They really get the glutes going, and they're an awesome exercise to do. I did want to mention that at the beginning of this warm-up routine, I'm going to start going on the spin bike for 5 minutes. This is something I would also recommend incorporating at the beginning of the warm-up routine. And the reason why you want to go on the spin bike is because it will really help you fire off those glutes. When you're pedaling, you want to try to push through your heels versus the balls of your foot, and pushing through your heels, like I mentioned, really helps activate your glutes. So that'll just give them a good little warm-up before you get into the actual warm-up routine. So I think that's it, you guys. I hope that you found this video helpful. I'm going to keep this a little bit shorter today. I just got a new editing software, so I don't want to be behind in my videos because I get the joy of learning how to do a new program. Yay. If you guys like this video, if you have any more questions, or if you have any ideas of future videos that you might want me to cover with similar topics, just let me know, you guys, and I appreciate you watching. Make sure you like, share the video, subscribe, you know the drill. See you guys in the next one.